just messing around here. It's time for another story, I think. I've done this series of stories. I'm adding them as I remember them and think of them. So people seem interested in it. So here's another one. Back pretty early in my gamelan career. Gamelan, as you don't know, was this group from Buffalo. We had a good run, about 8 years. We signed to MCA Records and played at Newport Jazz Fest once, around the Billboard charts and stuff. Never made a ton of cash, but we had some good gigs. One of those gigs was a little bizarre. It was playing at Old Theater in I think North Tonawanda, which is a suburb of Buffalo, and Melody Fair. But it wasn't just our gig. It was opening for John Valby, whose stage name is Dr. Dirty. People from Buffalo and a lot on the East Coast. He's toured up and down. Dr. Dirty. John, he gives vulgar versions of songs, playing the piano, sometimes not clothed. And it's quite the experience. Even my parents had one of his records when I was a teen. He's been around a long time, and he was actually a neighbor of mine in Lancaster, New York, and he's married to a gal that I went to high school with. So I know of him. And anyways, Gamelan was paired to somehow open for Dr. Dirty. And I'm going, all right. I never did a theater in the round. That was kind of cool. It was a circular stage that slowly spun. So that was one experience. I remember doing a solo, and I was here, and then when I closed my eyes and woke up with the solo, came out of the solo, I was like, oh, it's a different place, because the stage had gradually turned. That was my first and only time playing in a theater in a round like that, where the stage actually moved. But the story doesn't involve that. It revolves around how the audience reacted to us and Dr. Dirty, John Valby, and that I didn't understand. I mean, I talked to him backstage. I knew what his thing was. I heard his record, one of his records, early records at home, and a lot of swearing and stuff, and silly songs, and he had a pretty philosophical attitude backstage, like, I'm just helping people get their yahoos out, you know. And I didn't understand what that meant exactly, because we go out on stage to open the show, and people are going, F you! And I'm going, you guys suck! And I'm going, man, this is not going to be a good gig. We played well, and right away I kind of got the hang of it. Oh, this is what's going on. Okay. Our drummer came out. He was the spokesman, Ted Reinhardt, the late great Ted Reinhardt. And he said, all right, folks, how many people are here to hear John Valby? And everybody goes, ah! And he goes, well, F you, we're playing first. And people went nuts, kind of thing. I'm going, geez. But I got the hang of it. People were just there to swear and let their guard down and do their thing. John was right. And it was a great gig and a good lesson and a good little story. It seemed like a weird pairing. People were swearing at you, and that's actually a positive thing. It was a crazy little time, for sure. And I've had other friends know of John playing. He goes, I saw this guy play in Boston, and he was sitting in the piano bar playing nude. You know, it's like his shtick. I'm not surprised. Thank you, John, for being a good entertainer and a good part of the Buffalo community, for sure. And I think all of the East Coast and further, from what I hear. I hope you're still playing. And God rest the souls of the couple Gamelan members who are now passed. And good memories for all. And amen. That's the end of that story.